Good afternoon from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Hampton location, and today I'm excited to share with you this 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLC300. This GLC is currently showing just over 41,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior of the GLC, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. Now the first thing we'll take a look at here is the exterior, of course. You see a gorgeous piano black paint scheme, and a beautiful contrast with all of this silver trim we see around the exterior. That includes these gorgeous wheels, the window surround trim, and those roof rails you see just above. All of that silver trim presents beautifully around the exterior, no water spotting or that kind of discoloration where you'll see some kind of rainbow effect on this trim every once in a while. This one has not fallen victim to that at all, looks fantastic. And of course I forgot to mention those door handles, which are a nice half and half, really blending that contrast nicely. So looking here, the front wheel condition is stunning. Really nice wheel. I love the black Mercedes-Benz emblem right there in the center, and these Bridgestone tires in nice shape as well. I'll move really close to the panel, looking for any dings, dents, scratches, etc. As I make my way slowly back past these doors, it all looks very nice. There is a very small ding just there, as you see going over the parking lot line. And to the rear, it all looks great. I wouldn't have even noticed this imperfection if it weren't for that parking lot line. It is so small. Looking here at all of that black plastic cladding that carries over your wheels and across the lower portion, that all looks great as well. And next up, we'll look at the front fascia. Now here at the front, we'll see some more of that gorgeous contrast included in the headlights. And we also see the headlights are free of any oxidation, discoloration, or scratching. They look great. And looking here, the front grille has some more gorgeous silver trim with some chrome accents, matching very nicely with those black Mercedes emblems. And that same contrast continues on the lower portion. Now looking here at the passenger side, it's much a similar story that we saw on the driver's side. Another front wheel, however, this one does have a small imperfection there around 1 o'clock. Tires look great as well. And making our way really close to the panel, looking for dings, dents, or scratching. Here on the passenger side, everything presents nicely. Now looking here at the rear of the vehicle, taillight lenses, crystal clear, and you can see some pretty cool LED tech inside there. And a little bit more silver contrast with the GLC badge, the Mercedes emblem, and the 4Matic all-wheel drive badging there. Looking at the lower portion, some more black plastic cladding in great shape, and we do have that nice chrome diffuser panel flanked by 2 exhaust outlets on either side. But next up, let's make our way to the interior, where you'll find that contrast beautifully carries on. Stunning interior, as it is a much newer Mercedes. You get that more modern package. You can see here the driver's seat in perfect shape. Looking at that outer bolster, the stitching just looks beautiful. The seat bottom is just the same, and it's no different when looking here on the passenger side. I'll make my way inside, wasting no time firing it up. You can see that engine start-stop button pulsating as it knows I have the key in the car. And it fires up without any problems. So as we can see, starting with the dashboard, you can see it's all in great shape, no wrinkling or scratching, no discoloration, all looks awesome. You can see here the gauge cluster showing just over 41,000 miles. Steering wheel in great condition. I do love that leather wrap. Feels great in the hand. And you can see some more of that silver trim carrying all around the wheel to keep the contrast consistent with the exterior. You do have a mix of touch and button controls here. Same goes for this side, and they all function perfectly. And some more of that contrast carries to the doors. We'll find this dark wood grain trim in beautiful shape with some silver accenting, and all of your seat controls there. I do have the heated seat on because it's rather cold today. Armrest and the surrounding materials all look great. And that same trim carries over to the passenger side. Looking here, being a newer Mercedes, you have this nice big screen. When I put it in reverse, you can see a high definition backup camera and all the associated sensors. And the rest of your controls are all done down here with this touch panel. It's really nice not having to move that big knob anymore. I just move my finger around and I have access to all these menus. It's really easy to operate, as you can see. You get some pretty cool data here in the vehicle menu, which I'm a big fan of. We can back out of there. And then take a look at the condition here. As we can see, all the climate vents have that nice kind of pod style that we've seen on modern Mercedes. I think they look fantastic. Looking a bit lower, all of your media and climate controls, they all work perfectly. Some more of that dark wood grain trim. And just underneath this cover is a couple of cup holders, as well as some power outlet and a storage area. A little bit further back, some more controls around that infotainment controller, like your volume, your parking sensors, your drive modes as well, which can be cycled using that switch through all of these various different modes. And then here, lastly, in the center, you do have a nice big armrest with plenty of storage underneath it. It's all very, very nice here in the front of the GLC. But very quickly, let's take a look here underneath the hood and take a look at what powers this sporty little SUV. I'll see you there. All right, so here under the hood of the GLC300, we're taking a look at the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder powertrain. And before we go into those details, taking a look here at the general condition under the hood, looks fantastic. You see all this whole aluminum section here at the very nose, all shining beautifully. All the black plastic portions looking great as well. And we can see that the engine is idling very happily. Straight away, first thing you'll see is that big turbocharger just there. Easily serviceable, which is great to see as well. Also giving you good access to the beginnings of your exhaust just behind there. And this engine, being in a relatively small SUV, is very punchy. You're getting 255 horsepower, midway through the RPM range, and about 273 pound-feet of torque, which is a great figure, especially when paired with a 9-speed transmission. Those are short gears, so you're really going to have power everywhere, in every gear, no matter where you need it. With all these modern cars with so many gears in these gearboxes, you really always have that power available. And it's great to have an engine like this in the Mercedes, especially with the excellent fuel economy that you're going to see with this 2-liter powertrain. And also, from what I've been reading, they've also proven to be quite reliable for customers, which is, of course, something we'd love to consider. Next up, oh, pardon me, I left the back door locked. The key is a bit tricky to get at in my pocket. There we go, let me just unlock it there. So next up, making my way into the second row of seating, you can see excellent condition here across all the seating in the rear. Do have some climate vents just there in the center, and these door cards well appointed, just as we saw up there in the front. Now I have the driver's seat set up as a 6'4" adult, very comfortably positioned. I could certainly sit much closer to the steering wheel, but that is a very comfortable riding position for me. And now as a rear passenger, making my way inside, as you can see, plenty of space here. My legs don't contact that driver's seat in any way. I have a good 3 inches of headroom above my head, I would say. Very comfortable, and you could easily fit 4 tall adults here in the GLC. I just left the door open to let in as much light as possible. But lastly, one more really nice look at the front cabin. It all looks fantastic here. Also, you may have noticed I do have the WeatherTech all-weather floor mat installed there, and we'll see the rest of that kit as I make my way to the back. One-touch operation is going to raise that tailgate up. And pardon me, it looks like I left the WeatherTech mats inside. That's okay. As we can see, though, here in the back, it looks great. Carpet all in amazing shape. We do have this nice privacy blind that can be folded back with a little bit of finesse and locked there to keep any prying eyes away from your cargo in the rear. But it can also be easily removed, and just as easily I can drop down those seats using this switch. So that's going to take care of the left side, and this one will take care of the right side, which, as we can see, greatly expands your storage potential. And I can just as quickly remove this, though it is kind of a two-handed operation, but that gives you just tons of storage space. And with one-touch operation, again, I can drop down that tailgate. And just so you can get a sense of how quick and easy it is, just as easily as I drop these seats down, I can put them right back up and they lock into place with no issue. But if you have any further questions relating to this gorgeous 2021 GLC300, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you will find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.